All right. I believe I am officially live on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing well. Last night I was able to complete the line art for Kamen Rider Black. Today I want to try and complete the flats for Kamen Rider Black. And as the name suggests, he will be mostly black. But I'm in my head, I'm visualizing the drawing to have maybe a lighter palette of colors. Maybe conceptually it's black, but in actuality maybe it's a lighter tone, maybe like a brown or something. But in relation to all the other colors surrounding it, maybe it'll still look black. You know, some color theory stuff. I don't know the terminology and whatnot, but you might understand what I'm trying to say. Who knows? Light brown, like light blue, something. Let me drag this over to this window. Let's see. I'm glad that on YouTube they implemented a feature where your live stream can be seen both horizontally and vertically. Before we had to do that manually, but now it's like integrated into the system. So I'm glad they did that. I remember getting an email months back about them doing that update. And when I started doing this drawing live, I saw that that feature was there. And I was like, oh, sick. It's here. So get started. Daylight savings has been messing me up. I'll tell you what. Oh, let me add the second window. The window. Uh, there we go. There we go. This way, you guys can see the full drawing as I work on it. Okay, so the line art here, what we will do, what I usually do for my flats is I like to grab the auto select tool and make sure I'm on my line art layer, and I literally just select outside of the line art. Typically when I do lines, there's more detail inside the subject than out, so it's better for me to just select all of it, surrounding areas, like that. Then I should be able to zoom in and double check if there's any gaps that I missed or areas that might not have been selected. But it looks like the silhouette of my drawing is pretty simple, so it had an easy time just going around and selecting everything needed. Makes my life easier. Then I hit Control Shift I, which is my hotkey for invert selection, or you can hit the invert selected area button, um, which may not be visible in the stream. Let me see. Oh, there. Yeah, it's a little hard to see it, but it's invert selected area is what it's called. After that, I create a new layer and hit create layer mask. Now this new layer has a mask that matches the selection I had earlier. I'll label this flats, and I will drag it underneath the line art layer. I don't want it to go over. So for Kamen Rider Black, I think what color do I want? Like he's black, like his name suggests. That's the color of his this suit. But I kind of want. I'm thinking about maybe messing around with like pastel style color palettes. Maybe something that's a little bit more muted in its values. I don't know. But I've noticed a lot, at least through all these reference photos, the black for his design is usually a neutral black, and sometimes it has a bit of a blue tint to it. That might just be because he's outside. Um, so I'm not entirely sure about that. But all these shots indicate, light, like a slight cooler blue or cooler gray. Like there's a hint of blue in his black. So what I could do is go here. I'm gonna go to the color settings. Um, I kind of want to push this over here, like somewhere in this like lighter blue area. Push this up here and make it over to the right a little bit. Temperino, hello there. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I hope your day is going well. So something like that. Let me see. Isn't there? I was about to say, isn't there a triangle version? Yeah, there it is. There's a triangle version. Um, Makes me feel a little bit better about myself. But that looks like what we're. Yeah, this is kind of a bluish tint to it. Maybe we'll see. We'll see what this looks like. I will hit this button, the fill button. It'll consume everything in its path. But the mask will protect us. So only Kamen Rider will be filled in, just like that. And I think the next step, next color naturally should be the silver that is around him. Um, so honestly, we could work off of this right here. Um, Maybe we push up on the lightness like this, and we'll reduce the saturation a little bit, somewhere around there. We'll see how that looks. Now, before I start actually filling in little spots for the flats, I need to make sure that the reference layer is the ink layer. So I click my ink layer and I hit set as reference layer. So now there should be a symbol on the right side or on the left side of the thumbnail for the layer that looks like a lighthouse, and that's the reference layer. I just realized it's a lighthouse. Like I never thought about it. That's a lighthouse, right? That's got to be a lighthouse because you use a lighthouse as reference for when you're in the waters. Anyway, um, fill in this part right here, the mouthpiece. Go to fill, refer only to editing layer, and we'll just start filling things in. Well, that was easy. Sometimes, due to the texture of the line art, it doesn't fill in every nook and cranny, so I just go through it again and just like kind of quickly run through the line, just get a good scan of it, and just make sure everything is filled in. Don't want little pixels sticking out or anything like that. is he supposed to be an ant or a grasshopper? So most common writers, the motif is grasshopper. There are a few times where it changes to like beetles. Sometimes they reference beetles. Um but it's usually grasshoppers. Interesting. So looking at some of the reference photos, it looks like the band, like the metallic band underneath him, or in his rib cage area, is kind of like a purple tint to it. Yeah, almost all the references, it's like a purple tint. So I'll keep that in mind. Um, we can push this to the purples and fill it in. Is there any other than the belt? Is there anywhere else that's silver? Oh, his antenna. His antenna and the front are like the stripes on his helmet. But that looks brighter, much brighter in color. Oh, you know what? I actually forgot to even put in the details for the front of his mask. Now that I'm looking at it, let me turn this back on, and let me put the multiply layer over everything. Yep, there we go. So I'm gonna go back to the pen tool, select black as my color, and we're gonna go in and add these lines real quick. I wonder if I can just high key just grab one of these and copy it. Yep, yep. Just drag it over. A little bit less of a headache. Use the work I've already done. Drag it over once again to here. Instead of me trying to like constantly redraw the line and then spend an extra 2 minutes on a detail that I can just kind of stamp. Let's see if I can get a good reference of the head, the circle on top of his head. Okay, let's see that. If you do not hear any energy in my voice, it's the Ramadan. It's getting to me, bro. That and today was daylight savings day, so I've lost an hour of sleep. There we go. That's better. Back to coloring the helmet. actually looks like this is a bit too far to the left. Like everything, like this left side is smaller than the right side. If we push everything over, we should be okay though. Just like that. Yeah, that immediately fixed it. I feel much better. The mouthpiece actually looks a little bit darker. So if I hit, okay, I'm gonna go to select color gamut. I'm gonna go for all of the grays here. Mm-hmm. It's alright. Um, yeah, it started to rain. Um, 10 more days left. Stay tight, it's ending soon. Yeah, uh, like I say, it's getting to me, but in reality, like, I'm definitely very familiar with it at this point. I think this was or this is, because still going. I think it's my 17th Ramadan. Yeah, this is my 17th one. Alhamdulillah. Because I think I started when I was like 12 or something. I probably definitely should have started earlier. But my first Ramadan, I remember I drank coffee every day, and that was that was a choice because I remember anytime a cold breeze went by me, I would just shiver. Like I would just, you know how sometimes when something like when you're sleeping and you like violently shake a bit. That's what was happening to me when I was awake. I was like, oh, I should probably stop drinking this. But it kept me going. I mean, like I would have school. It was like September, so I still remember having to go to school while fasting. And I was in middle school at the time, so I was like, I didn't know if I could handle it or not. But I did it. I was able to go through the entire month. I was like, oh, nice, we up. But now it's just like, sometimes I'll be like really tired, just because I didn't have a lot of sleep. It's just stuff like that. But overall, at the end of the day, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Not as too close. See, adding that color helped a lot in terms of letting me know where we were, value wise. That actually helped a lot. Coffee really makes me anxious or my heart beat fast. It's an uncomfortable feeling for me, to be honest, so I only drink chocolate now. You know what? I have heard that happens to some people. Like, I don't know what like, it's like a specific way the body responds to the caffeine that causes anxiety for some people. Like, it doesn't help at all in terms of like shutting off the tired, like I'm tired signals for lack of words. Um, yeah, a smart version of myself would just grab the colors from these refs, but I kind of want to give a shot at trying to make them look accurate, just so eyeballing it. Probably not the best idea, but Tony Stark, I'm eyeballing it. the few times I have coffee now, it's I don't really notice it. Like I don't know. I feel like I don't get that effect as strong as it has for others. When I'm dead tired and I try to drink coffee, I don't know. I mean, I could also have um, the evidence I have might not be conclusive, because the times I tried to drink coffee was like last ditch effort, like last resort type beat where I'm like, oh man, I have no energy. I gotta drink some coffee. Like I've never tried in recent years just daily consumption of coffee. Um, so I don't know if it actually works or not. The times that I did try it, I was like, it's alright, I guess. Oh, interesting. It looks like so. Okay, so you see this circle here. This is because I drew it in a way where I'm like, okay, it's a straight. Um, what's the terminology for it? I'm trying to tap back into my industrial design years. Um, essentially a cutout, right? That's this recess. I'm thinking it's like straight ahead, but in reality, no. That's like a crazy draft. Like it's a chamfer almost. Um, so I gotta make the circle looks like it. There's a chamfer. For me, it's the opposite. It knocks me out, but I kept drinking, thinking it would wake me up since I was already tired, just getting up, uh, of the bed in the morning. Yeah, and the reason why I don't use it anyway, and say details there. Thank you, thank you. The reason why I don't like drinking it is because I've seen what it's done to my friends. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've seen what it looks like when you rely on coffee just to be functional. So it's like my perspective is I just want to try and make sure I'm not relying on this too heavily. That's all. Um, because if I if there's a day goes by and I'm like, oh dang, I don't have my coffee. I can't function without my coffee. Like that sounds like an addiction to me. And maybe it isn't, right? But if you saying that, like if you verbally like acknowledging that, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Kind of scares me. You need the coffee? Right, dude. Okay, that feels better. Yeah, I'm glad that, reference photos, high def reference photos exist for this design. Some of them are through action figures, some of them are through screenshots of the show. And I just try to make sure like I cross reference and make sure all the references look consistent so that way I don't accidentally like draw a detail that's not there. Um, but it's nice. It's nice. Like right now I'm looking at this indent I put on the left side here and I didn't put it on the right side. I think in one of the reference photos it looked like there was a line there, but maybe I just interpreted it wrong. Hold on, let me look at the screenshots from the show. Yeah, it's not there. I don't even need to add these right here. Whoops, deleted the entirety of the line art. There we go. Yeah, we don't need that. Uh, to be honest, even chocolate knocks me out now, though. Do you I wonder if it's the I wonder if it's the sugar maybe. Like I wonder if maybe just going through a crash a little bit. So we'll color this back. We'll color this here with this gray we used earlier. It's like cool gray. I might actually so for a situation like this, right? I could use the fill tool and try to fill in every nook and cranny and lose my mind in the process. Um, or I can just, loop select. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to loop select. You don't always have to use the same exact selection process. Specific parts of a uh, design demand, Did I accidentally copy? Yeah, I did. I accidentally copied the ink layer. Certain aspects of the drawing don't have to be selected the same way. Some demand different techniques. So like what I like to do for something that's highly detailed but is in the subject, um, I just roughly select around where I know I'm going to fill, and then after that, that's when I use the reference layer to just get rid of the access. The access, the excess. Access is a different word. Okay. Got the surrounding areas. So now we're just going to fill in the rest. And then fill everything in. Now I can just, go in and just make sure everything is covered back up. I can actually, yeah, I can deselect that. And just, go around and like fix up, patch up the areas that were selected in access, but exists. I'll actually leave this alone because it'll help me remember that I need to fill that in. These are like, I guess, little buttons or uh, parts of the belt that kind of stick out. This needs to be filled in. I know some of these have like other colors too, like green, red, blues, yellows, like all kinds of colors are in this belt. So I'll keep that in mind as I work on this. Uh, you see what I'm saying? Like when I try to like go through and fill in everything, I get most everything, but there's still pixels that stick out. So that's I didn't want to try and have to like work through all of the belt doing that with the initial gray I put in. Um, okay. All of this is this color, and there's some small little pieces that are gonna be like red and green and stuff. Uh, right, cool. And the belt like little buckles here. I gotta make sure that's cleaned up. It looks like it's time to break fast. So what I'll do is I'll save this real quick, and I will return momentarily. So BRB.
What else?
Um, Soccer requires too much skill. I mean, they all require too much skill, but soccer is like you have to like start that early. Uh, Maybe not that one.
Should I do softball? Or not? Softball or not?
Softball. Oh, softball is looks pretty difficult.
Okay, well, I don't want to be the lazy chud doing nothing.
Can't believe people are using this word. I don't know. Is you don't have to participate in a sport. You could also be part of like other clubs.
Like
I don't know what clubs y'all got now though, because they just seem to get rid of everything nowadays. I remember we used to have a woodworking club. They got rid of that. They got rid of woodworking entirely.
there was culinary club. That's only for a semester.
Mm.
Beta club, you have to be smart. I don't want to do French Olympiad. I think that's all the clubs. I don't want to be in K-pop club.
K-pop club?
Yep, you heard me. And I don't want to do gaming club.
Yeah. Hmm.
Do I do dance?
Hmm.
Do I do dance?
Dance. Dance.
Step is cool or whatever, but that's only for Saturday.
Mm.
It would be one thing if it was occupying for me most of my days, but for one day is not enough.
Mm.
You'd be wondering why we're not getting enough trophies. Flag football? When I get to high school?
Hmm?
Flag football?
Right, say again.
Huh?
You said what?
Flag football.
Oh, flag football.
Yeah. What do you think? They said the high school has flag football.
Probably does. I mean, Wakefield is pretty good about multiple extracurriculars.
You think I could do it?
It's like football. You would definitely need to get some practice in, because flag football is not. It ain't easy because it's a lot of things going on. Right? It's football. It's literally just football, but a little safer. There's no one tackling you.
What do you think? I don't think I have the ability. Do I have the ability?
Um, with football, you got to be quick. That's the issue. Like, not just fast, but like quick. Like you need to be able to change direction quickly without hurting yourself. You got to be able to like. Don't make it more difficult. Please don't let that out.
What?
Whatever you just threw in the air.
I didn't throw nothing in the air.
And then what fell?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
So things just drop in the air.
I see nothing on the floor.
Sickening. Anyway, what I was saying is you got to be quick on your feet. You got to be able to change directions and feint your opponent so that they think you're going one way, so you can get some space from them. Especially with flag football, because regular football they can just tackle you. Um, so it's like, oh, you really need to get out the way. But with flag football, they don't need to touch you. They just need to go after your flag and yank it off of you.
See, I would say flag football because back in my elementary days, and last year in flag football, I was running out there. They could not grab me, bro. Mm. And I can throw and catch really good.
Mm-hmm. And just like that, Kamen Rider Black is here. Let me see. Drop this down.
And I don't know if I'm gonna do step in high school.
I mean, do you have to?
No.
Yeah, so that's what she'll just making you get there.
Wait, I have French. Oh, this high school have French.
Oh, like as a class?
Yes.
Probably. I remember there being French class when I was there.
Did you take it?
I took Spanish.
Why did you take Spanish?
It's easier.
Same thing.
Easier, and I thought it was more practical. I met more people in my life that speak Spanish than I met people who speak French.
I only want to learn French because of Senegalese people. And I know Spanish more than I know French. The lingo is helpful.
The bird. I'm gonna color everything this color, but I actually do want it to be more red and darker. So
I wanted to really try out for volleyball, but Mom was like, "No, they're racist."
I mean, was it predominantly white girls in there?
You want to check? Can I see your iPad? I'm gonna check.
You need my iPad check?
Yes. I don't feel like getting my Chromebook.
You can't check it on your phone?
No, it's dead.
Why is your phone always dead?
That's a great question.
Like, you literally have a charger in your room. There's chargers literally everywhere. Everyone in the house except Simon has an iPhone. The math isn't mathing, Maniam.
Okay, and it cannot math. Yearbook Avenue. Also, District Avenue doesn't look good on um. Oh, that's not what I wrote.
Select color, color, gamut, color, color, gamut, select color, gamut. We're going to change this to a red.
Yeah, no.
There we go. Probably can't count it. Ah! Yo, dog, is that? Yo, dog, is that festering, bro? It's over with. You start seeing pus come out of the wound. Yeah, you're finished. Oh, you're you're goodness gracious. You yeah, bro. You're a monster, bro. He's- nah, nah. I was about to ask, how do you feel? Hmm. Don't worry, man. Uh huh. That's when it really hurt. When you bored. You find out real fast how often you eat because you bored. You can't just make. he He needed you, bro. He needed you by his side. Where was you when I needed you? Everybody's participating. Everybody's involved. It's, the morale is high. There's no influence going on here. Oh, was it like? Was it all white? Hmm. He ain't get over it. I don't think he ever will. Well, I guess I have a new brother. You said what?
It's not working.
The golden what? Golden balance? Sorry, I am yapping with ice in my mouth.
Stop.
There we go. Oh, what's the uh, you can't be thinking like this. It's dangerous, bro. It's dangerous. Hmm?
Why is it every time I go on the website on your iPad it shows this?
Hold on, let me check and make sure the VPN off. Oh, the VPN is off. Yes. Okay. Uh, I don't know why it's doing that, but
The VPN on and off.
no, I mean we just leave it off because that website is probably better off with it off. guys, I am going to be gone for a little bit, probably like an hour or so, maybe more. Um, but I fully intend on returning. So I'm gonna end the stream on Instagram, but it's gonna like look frozen on YouTube because I'm gonna end the stream, but not the actual like live stream schedule on the on YouTube. So it'll look like I'm live still, but that's because I'm away. So I'm gonna hit a BRB on this, and I'm gonna end it, but I will return. Inshallah, probably gonna be back around like 11 ish. We'll see, 10 or 11, give or take. But until then, see you very very soon, and not stream. And for example, I just came and and now I just went back on. I'm back on. I'm back. And what's gonna happen is because there was no feed that entire chunk of time I was live. When people watch the VOD again, it's gonna disappear. It's gonna vacuum like Zahando, like it's like it never happened. And now people can like basically time skip during the VOD because when I put BRB up there, it's like, oh, um, I'll be right back. But the live stream is still going, meaning whoever's watching the VOD has to see that BRB. I'd have to go into the editing part of YouTube and cut it out. But if I do it this way, I don't have to worry about editing. But it does end the stream on Twitch and literally everywhere else. But YouTube VOD is what I really care about. Oh shoot. Oh my goodness. Well, did it work? Oh frick. Black. uh Komea, am I saying that correctly? I'm sorry if I'm not. Welcome to the stream. I hope all is well. Nice, nice. Okay. Uh, 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 hmm. The nice thing about not having to completely reboot my computer, though, is I do keep my hotkeys on Clip Studio Paint. Yeah, you're 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 scum. You understand? This I let it be known to the masses. TennoNet is scum. He's been my hater since 2022. No way. And I don't even know what I would do if I got a new PC with this old one, bro. No, that's not where I was going. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know where I would put this computer. Don't encourage him. Listen. Does that sound like a rational individual to you? Sickening. I wish I didn't. Toaster. It blew up his. It blew up. It's crazy. A PC blowing up. A PC blowing up is crazy, bro. I can't even imagine seeing that like in person, bro. That is scary, bro. Brother immediately ready to give the deeds. Nasty work. He been waiting for this. It's bro, because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? Yeah, but here's the thing, right? Like that gen, this is science fiction for them. Like they grew up and these concepts were just that, concepts. It wasn't supposed to happen. It wasn't supposed to be real. And then near the latter half of their life, it's it's real. You can actually do this now. They used to make media about this stuff, and now it's real. I can't be mad at them. he said I he said I need to get into space, or I need space. Deadlock. Game 0. Game 3. Oh no. Bro, dog. What? Yo, what am I hearing right now, yo? Is this is what we doing now? This is oh was that English? Oh frick. Brother started reading the texts of the yesteryear. Ew. it sounded like she was mixed. When she can change forms, no. Uh-oh. Wait, what kind of iPad? Hey man, I'm a degenerate. I don't like to read, but when I do, it's on the iPad. You know what I'm saying? Editing is possible. Hmm? So, is it a Pro? Like an iPad Pro? Uh, that's what I ended up getting. I ended up getting an iPad Pro, and then I bought a iPad Pencil, and that was the only peripheral aside from the case that I bought for the iPad, because every other peripheral seems, I don't know, kind of useless and too expensive. It should be on the back. It should be on the back of the iPad. If it's not in the case. Mm-hmm.
You want that?
On what? The cup?
No.
This?
No.
Oh, you're talking about the change.
Yeah.
This is a quarter? What year is it? No, it's kind of new, 23. And it has Eleanor Roosevelt on it. Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
Now I have like 90 some dollars.
Dying.
I have 90 some dollars in cent and coin. I had to give me 40
Mm.
yesterday. I'm really rich like that, you know?
Rich. Fourth gen. Oh, I don't know if editing is a good idea on that thing, bro. It might blow up on you. It might actually gain.
Alright, I'm gonna go to
Hmm?
bed. chilling.
You ain't got school or something? Is that why you chilling out here? What you doing up here late then? You said what? No way. Huh? You guys actually hate me? I thought it was a joke. Freak. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, no. Reading comic books specifically and manga is really fun on the iPad because, uh, like reading a book, a physical book, is nice when it's text. It's not fun reading a comic book, and the reason why I say that is most times I'm reading a book, I'm trying to be relaxed, like I'm trying to like kind of lay down or lean back. So sometimes the light don't hit the book like properly. So now I got to worry about the direction of light, and it's like, oh, do I get me a book light? Do I have to get a peripheral and plug it on top of the book or clamp it on top of the book? You know what I'm saying? But at least with the iPad, it's like, oh, nice. Vivid colors because it's a comic book, but it's backlit, and I ain't got to worry about it. And the iPad, I don't have a large iPad. I got the 11-inch one, but it's still a good size to have for reading stuff. So when you see a large spread for the illustration, it's like, oh, cool, get to see the whole thing. And another nice thing about reading comic books on the iPad is you can zoom in. You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, go ahead and reset it. Yeah, go ahead and reset that. Mm. That is nice. It's just like a nice little like update for quality of life type beat. Good old Showa Henshin, you already know, Undersight. You already know. Is there anybody else that has that? No, just these. Okay. We can work with this. Crisis averted. Are you using vector line art? Yes. Yes, I am. Right. Well, I was using vector line art, but right now I'm just using raster because I don't really need it. I just used clipping mask. Like if I turn this off, you can see that this is what it actually looks like underneath. But with the clipping mask, I can hide all of that. But yeah, I was using vector line art when I was working on the main line art, and I'm an advocate for it. You know, what I'm saying it's super useful. Saved me lots of time, lots of hours. What what did we use as a word or as a term for like aura? What did we use back then? I already forgot. My retention for my retention for words back then are they're fading away. I'm forgetting what the language of yesteryear was. I guess it was charisma, but like it's weird. Like I don't know. Yeah, I guess charisma was the best thing we got back then. Yeah, because like I'm thinking to myself like when they made Kamen Rider Black, there was there was a deliberate attempt to create this presence around him to make him more captivating. Uh, like his presentation is completely different from the other Kamen Riders before him. Like from shot selection to um like demeanor, the way his body language, uh like everything is meant to be cooler. Um and you know I'm just kind of curious as to what kind of words they were using to kind of explain that like yo we need to make this guy cooler. We got they did not say Henshuinly. No, they didn't. You weren't there. That's it. I've had enough to know. Henshin. Kaizo Ningen. That is funny. It's so funny, bro. You know how they have like a monster name for each season. This season was so silly because it's so simple. It works within the context of the show because the name is coined by the police force, so like it makes sense for them to choose this word. But they literally just called the monsters the unknown. That's it. Yeah, so it's like it works. It's simple. It's just kind of funny to hear the unknown after like so many other like crazy names we've heard. I mean, to be fair though, most monster groups or factions had their own names and proclaimed themselves with those names. But the past two seasons of Kamen Rider I've seen, uh, they have a name for themselves, but it's like we're looking at the monsters from the perspective of this like police department. Like literally in Cougar, they were calling them ULF, unidentified life forms. ULF does sound like a, I don't know, like classes or what's the word I'm looking for? Like a militia or something. I don't know. Like a task force. There it is. I was like the grungy concept. Yeah. Grungy is interesting. It kind of reminded me of JoJo with the Pillarmen. It gave me that vibe. Hey man, you need to make money. I'm sorry, I'm coming back to thinking about the aura of Kamen Rider Black. His intro starts with him standing face forward with the camera, and he just starts walking. I ain't never seen this before. I have. It was in Michael Jackson Bad, but it was different, bro. It was like the previous Kamen Riders are kind of presented as like superheroes, whereas this one didn't feel like a superhero. It felt like I don't know, bro. It felt like someone who is doing superhero stuff, but um, they're not like very. They don't have like the same level of theatrics. Like Kamen Rider Stronger. Kamen Rider Stronger is so funny to me. When he transforms, he starts his speech. He literally has a speech, and sometimes he'll have this speech while uh the monster or like the members of the organization are attacking him. He's literally slow walking, saying his speech while he's getting attacked, and he's deflecting the attacks and like pushes them out of the way. I'm like, oh my goodness. Awakened by sunshines. Wamu. Can I get away with zigzag? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I might be able to get away with zigzag. Let me do it like this. Yep. Yep. Add a little bit of variation so it's not too samey. Oh, I need to color that in. I didn't realize it was Actually, let me do this instead, so that way I can knock out two birds with one stone. I wanted to color this the same color as the fibers, like the muscle fibers, but I also wanted to create the mask so the new layer I just worked on shows through. So we'll click this. We will copy this color, color over here, and then go into the mask of the above layer. There we go. I'm gonna type in muscle flats. Oh, I'll never join you. If only you knew the power of the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. He told me enough. uh, he told me you killed him. Neo. Why are you talking to him like that? No, that's not true. That's impossible. Search within your feelings. You know it to be true. Bro, James, because he could actually shoot that junk. That's the problem. That's why it worked. He can actually shoot from there, bro. Get on the get on the bench. Get on the bench. No, no, please. I it was a proper contest. He was in his shooting motion. I could have sworn he went up. I could have sworn his feet were caught off the ground. Watches the replay. Watches the replay. No, his feet were planted. No. How is he doing this? Isagi Yoichi playing against Steph Curry in NBA. No, my feet have left the ground. He's so dramatic, bro. Yoichi is so dramatic. It's hilarious. Um, using what? Yoichi, yeah, he from Blue Lock. The MC. He has crash outs in his mind anytime something crazy happens. Using only one layer for the base colors. I'm using two. Well, yeah, I'm using one for all of the base colors, but one is for these muscle fibers because I just wanted it to be separate. But yeah, I mean they're all on the same layer. Flats I can keep on the same layer because it's like um, it's not a super complex drawing, so I kind of have it all on one layer. If I had multiple characters, those would be on different groups of layers. I mean, technically, this drawing does have multiple characters. Shadow Moon is behind them, sort of. Think, uh, think like one of those drawings where you see some kind of visual in the sky. This is actually like it's his eye, right? From his visor, but his actual visor shape is not a circle, but the reason why I made it a circle here is because this is actually an eclipse. Like a nod to like their story. So I wanted to make this an eclipse, and then have like kind of almost cloud like shapes of shadow moon back here. So it kind of like it's part of the sky in a way. Um, what a nice comp. Thank you. Um, but yeah, and then of course the steam because I don't know who in the studio was like we should put steam on Kamen Rider Black when he transforms, but clearly they were onto something. Clearly they were cooking. Maybe that's why they came up with the idea. Maybe they were actually cooking and steam showed up and they said, "Hey, yo, what if?" Anyway, back to the drawing. Why did Blue Lock have to have bad animation? I might have to go read the manga, bro. Wait, aren't they dropping a live action for that? Oh, 27. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Do a sound check, make sure both headphones are working. Okay, it is. So I'll take the left one out. I'm on schedule, or rather, if I maintain schedule, tomorrow I will be watching Ryuki. I've been for some of the viewers here, I've been watching Kamen Rider. I started on November 6th, 2025, and I've made it. Um, I've made it my daily mission to watch at least one episode of Kamen Rider, and so far I've been consistent with it. I average about 5 episodes a day. That's usually how many episodes I'll go through. Um, Currently, I mean, I started with the initial like start of Kamen Rider Ichigo. Um, I started with that and basically made my way all the way up to where I am now, which is Agito. Uh, I'm on the last 6 episodes of Agito. After that is when I will watch Ryuki. That's the next season. Ryuki is probably one of the most uh, like often heard season of Kamen Rider for me. Like anytime I think of Kamen Rider, I always hear people say, "Oh yeah, you should watch Ryuki." Like you know how, because the question usually people ask when they're interested in Kamen Rider is, "Where do I start?" Because there's a lot of episodes. I'm not gonna lie to you, 1,700 plus episodes. That's a lot of episodes. So I cannot blame anybody for trying to figure out where in the world do you start with a show like that. Um, but Ryuki's one of those seasons I hear people say, yeah, you should watch that one. And the cool thing is, Kamen Rider's seasons tend to be pretty self-contained. Like, there's not many seasons so far that I've watched where I had to watch the previous one. The only time I felt like I needed to watch the previous season was, I think, Kamen Rider Black RX. But that's like there's obvious reasons as to why that is. Like once you watch Black RX, you'd be like, oh, okay, I see why I needed to watch the first, or I needed to watch Kamen Rider Black first. And even then, you don't really need to watch it. But me personally, I just wanted to see what Kamen Rider was about. So I was like, you know what, let me just start from the beginning. It's been cool seeing the different takes of the character, the different types of personalities and designs they have for Kamen Rider. So while I have kind of a schedule as to getting all these episodes watched, um, it's not like I'm trying to find the best parts of Kamen Rider or trying to speed through so I can get to this part or anything like that. Like I'm right now I'm kind of in just like this vibe of, oh, let me see what they've dropped so far. I'm even watching Zets right now. Um, uh, it's too intimidating for me. I get it. 1,700 episodes. That's not okay. That's insane. Not as insane as General Hospital, but but it's insane. Um, Zets. Something happened in Zets recently where I was like, oh shoot. Like the story basically is picking up. Like 25 episodes, I was watching one show, and then boom, something happens, and I'm like, oh shoot, this is what we're doing. And so there's a cool halfway point that show has reached where it's like, oh, okay, I see what's going on now. That's about to get like wild, or at least that's how it feels right now. That's how the setup feels. Honestly, um, I'm not done with Kamen Rider, but for people who are interested in watching it, I think for historical purposes, uh, for respect of the game, I think people should watch maybe not all of the episodes, but some of the episodes of the first Kamen Rider. Like, just see how it started. Watch the first episode of Kamen Rider. Go say hi to Takashi Hongo. Then maybe you go to episode 14. Go say hi to Hayato Ichimonji. You know what I'm saying? Just see what the show was like beforehand. Maybe like no more than like 10 episodes. A lot of the episodes are very similar in pacing and like story. Insane. He's like the coolest one in the Showa era. And you know it, Tenno. Oh, 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 okay. Okay. Oh, Loki. Kamen Rider the first. Kamen Rider the first is something else though. Kamen Rider the first is a reboot movie of the first Kamen Rider. So okay, dang it, I hate it when people when not I hate it when like I hate it when companies do this with their naming conventions. Because when I say watch the first Kamen Rider, I mean watch 1971 Kamen Rider. Yeah, not the 2005 Kamen Rider the first, but Kamen Rider 1971. Yeah, Transformers 1. Oh, I can't stand them. They literally called that movie Transformers 1. What in the world? Good movie, by the way. Very good animated film. I'm very upset that movie did not do well. Like every Transformers fan knows the real, right? We know the majority of the Bay movies aren't particularly great. Uh, the first one is a banger. Do not let anyone convince you otherwise. Don't let anyone feed into your brain that the first movie isn't gas. But the other movies, yeah, they're not that great. But there's a few of them in there where the story isn't too bad, and it's actually a solid film. Bumblebee's there. Rise of the Beast wasn't that bad either. Uh, but Transformers One is really good, like really good. Um, and it's a disappointment that that's the one that didn't do well. The other movies, they made bank. They made several dollars. But yeah, Transformers One wasn't doing too great. Uh, it would be nice to have a sequel, but I don't think Hasbro has any faith in that franchise doing too well. They are. I don't actually. I don't even know. I was gonna say they're working on that live action Transformers movie, but I don't even know. I don't even know. They teased a sequel for Transformers in Rise of Beast, featuring a crossover of some members of the military that you may or may not know. But I don't even know if they're gonna keep going with that. We're kind of in the era of films where they make cliffhangers. Well, not cliffhangers. There's like end credit scenes that don't actually amount to anything. This reminds you. The naming convention also reminds you of Microsoft. Microsoft. They called their first console Xbox. Cool. It's simple. There's literally a giant X on the rectangular prism. Yeah, it works. It's simple. All right, the Xbox. Easy to remember. Very easy to remember. Works well because once you see it, you can tell that is indeed the Xbox, right? Everything works naming wise. And then the second console comes out and they call it Xbox 360. And it's like, okay, could have just called Could have just called it 2, but 360, fine. You're going for the revolution thing. All right, fine, whatever. Um, so this made one revolution. Now we've made a 360. We have a new console. All right, fine. I can get with that. Whatever. Cool, cool, cool. So the next one's gonna be called 720, right? Xbox One. What? I'm just talking about Microsoft's naming convention in general and how scuffed it is. Something like that. They they released a. I can't even call it a trailer. I can't even call it a TV spot. I can't even call it a teaser. It literally. It. They didn't even. All they did was show us the logo. It was 7 seconds of the logo, Project Helix, and that was all they showed us. You might as well just kept that until you had something to actually show us. But I don't know. Maybe it's for the investors. Let them know that they're working on something. I still wish Nintendo called the Nintendo Switch 2 the Super Switch as an homage to the Super Nintendo name. That'd be kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie, but I remember when Switch 2 dropped. I said, "Is this the first time they dropped a home console with a number, like a sequel number?" But it's trying to do transfiguration, bro. Bro, we're trying to transfigure you, bro. You gotta run, bro. Bored artist, what's up? Wait, why? Why your PFP bird with cornrows, yo? uh, where else are you streaming right now? I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch. So I'm on Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. Hey, whoa. I think I think my friends are losing their minds. I told him your location. Latin dude got that vibe to it, like it's forbidden. It's just old. That's literally what it is. Any language that's old, just sound forbidden for real. Nah. I'm pretty sure he just said something heinous to me. Oh no, he was informing me that there's a sale at the store. There's a discount on vegetables at the store. That's what he's trying to tell you. Kojima would be so hyped if he saw your Black Kamen Rider being drawn with all the luster. That's I want to watch Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider, but I also kind of want to keep watching regular Kamen Rider so I can understand the references. From what the little scenes I've seen of that anime, it looks like a lot of it is referencing Showa era. Um, but like there might be something that's from Heisei that I haven't seen yet, and I kind of want to have like the prior knowledge of it before getting into it, because there's some cool stuff has happened in regular Kamen Rider. Yo, it's bored artist. Oh, what's up? Welcome to the Twitch stream. Um, Common America approves this drawing. I have Common Writer approval, ladies and gentlemen. We up. there's been some cool little Easter eggs that have been happening in the shows where they'll casually reference a name and then be like, oh, I know who that is, or they'll like refer to a previous Kamen Rider's name through like the lens of like a store. Like somebody was like, hey, there's been a new supermarket that's opened up. It's called Super One, and I'm like, oh shoot. That's the name of one of the previous Kamen Riders. Who won? Oh, understand KSP. I have given up years ago on watching those. I mean, you definitely don't. If other people don't want it spoiled, you don't have to say it. But what state are you in? Because I'm in the DMV and it's midnight over here. I'm also on the East Coast. Wait, what you doing in the DMV at midnight? Hmm. So does that mean all them feats no longer are acknowledged? Or do I listen to Caravan Palace? No. I'm gonna sound mad ignorant. What is that? Is that a band? I wonder how will Frankie and Usopp from One Piece even see Lemon Rider transform? Jimsy Jazz or Electro Swing? Am I caught up to JJK? No, actually, I need to catch up. Uh, I don't remember the last episode I watched. Um, I think I'm like 3, 4 episodes behind. I think that's where I'm at. But I did recently hear some crazy animation happened. You're either perfect or you're not. My team is in peril. Time is at 12:50. Frick, dude. Uh, Common domain expansion. Man, it says I haven't been able to catch you streaming, and the one time I do is at midnight, and I gotta go at 8. Frig, dude. To be fair, I haven't been streaming often, so it's not your fault. Um, Now that I'm kind of like full fledged into getting this drawing done, I'm definitely gonna try and stream more consistently, just so I can see this illustration to its completion. And then after that, I'm gonna see what other drawings I have in store. Um, I'm thinking about maybe doing a Power Rangers drawing. Um, if not within this month, probably during the summer. Maybe earlier than that, but we'll see. I have a couple of Power Rangers drawings in mind. Some ideas have been brewing, and I also want to try and do some more original art, like my own characters, Subject 4, A to Z. I have an idea in mind. Love your art, by the way, for a long while. I tried adopting your style. Amen. I think my style isn't too elaborate. It's like fairly straightforward. It just takes time. That's the issue. I think the way I go about my drawings is definitely time consuming. Hmm. Good training arc. My favorite character from Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider is Okada and Tojima himself. True inspiration heroes. I know for sure your art style would go JoJo Bizarre levels. I have drawn JoJo before. Um, the most recent drawing I did of JoJo, uh, it was a What If Beach episode. Uh, in fact, I'll show you guys. Anyone who's watching, I'll show you all the JoJo drawing after I finish the little fibers here. All right, cool, 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 cool. Doesn't look too bad. We must never forget the origins. Gotcha, man, in the beautiful Joe style. I love how you know ball. I remember when you drew Randy Cunningham. Oh my goodness, that was what year was that? March 22. Yeah, March 2022 was when I did that. Uh, hold on, let me go to my folders real quick. Your what? Did you animate it in Clip Studio? Yes, yes, I did. I did. Aren't? Don't you say tree? The freaking Kill Bill. Um, here we go. This is it. Jojo, 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 Jojo. It might look a little bit weird on Instagram. I'm gonna try and put it in frame. It's a little difficult to do it, but uh, I think you can see it all. Yeah, 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 you can see from this. So like that's like the whole drawing, but then I can zoom in real quick so we can see some details in here. I did a little bit of my own manual hatching, and then I also used some of the hatching that you can apply as a texture. So it was a mix of both, just so I can have it look super crazy with all the hatching. Um, as you can see on Josifu Joestar's giant, massive bicep, uh, and then some more hatching on like the shirt and anatomy for Jotaro. There goes his hat hair, literally. Uh, Kakyoin. Deal with a rugby ball. There goes the boy. Uh, then we got Mohammed Abdul Polnareff. Atlanta. the the immediate fear. Atlanta. How am I just now realizing you don't draw faces? Hey man. I guess that's a testament to how interesting the drawings are for that to not even be the main focus, you know what I'm saying? Uh what was I gonna say? Oh, I also intentionally drew the clouds in the shape of the Go kanji. Or not kanji, katakana. Sorry. Um Ooh. Go 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 go. What's your favorite anime? I don't really have one. I have like I have Dragon Ball kind of like if I were to have a physical manifestation of my favorite shows, I don't know where anything is, but I do know Dragon Ball Z is just like somewhere there, like on some higher platform, just lurking with like a with an illuminated light above it. You know, it just light on top of it. Top five. I don't even know if I got a top five. I can only think of shows where I'm like, oh yeah, that was gas, and then I proceed with my day. Like Trigun, that show is gas. Is it in my top five? I don't know, but it's gas. It Trigun. um, what's another show I liked? Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood was a nice show. That was a good show. Um, AOT, I like that one. Depressing, but I like it. Uh, you know, that 10 episode or 12 episode Erased, that was dope. You know what I'm saying? I like that one. That was gas. Um, what else do I like? I grew up watching Naruto. That was like my show that I would watch out of the big three. I tried watching One Piece, then I realized they disrespected my time, so I said, okay, cool. Have I watched 100 meters? Not yet. Not yet. But man, it looked good. I see full Picasso macho inspiration proportions. What you say about One Piece? I'm sorry, bro. I was there. I was there during the Toonami era, bro. You have to understand, like watching One Piece. I feel like now is much better experience than it was back then. Like I feel like when people are talking about One Piece, they're thinking about One Piece right now. Like they're thinking about how everything is paced now, how everything's animated, how everything looks, well made. I was there when it was still in like Alabasta. I still remember that. I still remember when they were going up against the numbers. You guys remember the numbers? Baroque works? Yeah, I was watching it during then. And let me tell you, they did not respect our time. It frustrated me as a kid to go on to Toonami. Maybe they hit me with 2 episodes of One Piece and make no progress in the story. I said, "Whoa, this is not fun." Dragon Ball Z is religion in Mexico. You might be onto something. Even Zodiac Knights and more, such as Ranma. Ranma is pretty iconic. I feel like everybody knows it, even if they didn't watch it. Everybody knows it to some extent. Um, but hey, you know what? If I can finish 1,700 plus episodes of Kamen Rider, maybe I'll spin back on One Piece. Oh my goodness, what a terrifying thing. No, I've watched 540. Uh, see, my thing, I am I'm an avid argument observer and not argument participator. I have no emotional investment. Have you drawn any Evangelion? There's there was one time. It's such an obscure drawing because what happened was back in 2020 I wanted to participate in Inktober. This was kind of the precursor to me drawing every day. Um, there was a there was a prompt that Art Germ was participating in, and I was like, I like Art Germ. He's got cool art. Um, the AI likes his art too, but I was like, hey, let me see what his prompt is about, and he had a lot of women on his prompt list. So I was like, maybe this is like a good challenge for me. Maybe I can like get better at drawing female characters. Um, so I followed the prompt. A lot of the characters I had a tough time drawing, not because they were women, but that they were like scantily clad woman, and I was like, oh shoot, I have to find my way around this. But yeah, when I was doing his prompt, uh there was a day where one of the characters from Evangelion was in it, and let me see if I can find it. I think it was under. Let me see. I'm trying to remember my naming convention patterns from back then. Have I seen Millennium Actress? No, that's a cool name. Uh, Zash Bell, I watched a little bit of. Digimon was always like on the TV, but I wasn't really like locked in. I wasn't paying attention. Um, Samurai Champloo, I haven't like I know of it and I seen bits and pieces of it, but I never locked in to really see what's going on. So that's a show I should watch at some point. That and Cowboy Bebop. I tried watching Cowboy Bebop one time and I realized I was not prepared. I did not have the mental fortitude to watch it at the time. I was like, oh, this is one of those shows I need to lock in. um, Last question before I go. What is the process of getting your art printed into a poster? Oh, I just let somebody else take care of that. I let like there's a couple of companies you can look up that do printing services, and you just choose which one is best suited for your like purposes. Like, hey, this company prints at this size, with this paper weight and this paper like texture. So I just do that. Um, I don't have like the. I mean, I have the space, but I don't really have like the proper workspace just yet. Like I'm slowly working towards it to have like maybe I can print my own stuff. Because sometimes I might just want to bring a couple copies of prints with me at a convention. I don't want to like order a whole lot, and sometimes it can be expensive just to print just a few copies of something. So maybe one day I'll get me my own printer, big flat, you know, 13 by 19 printer or something. But as for now, I let the professionals take care of it. They do a pretty good job of making sure the colors look right. So I leave it to it. Uh, I was trying to find the drawing that I did, but I can't locate where I put all those drawings. Legendary animators, baby. What did I call it? I think I called it Art Trober. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on your next stream. Hopefully, good night. All right, darn. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you. Um, till next time. Uh, I might as well look for that drawing anyway, so I can like refer to it again. Uh, oh, is it? I think it's here. Is it here? No, this is a different Inktober file. So I'll go back here to black art. Oh, there it is, Inktober. Yep, this is it. Um, and here it is. Let me see how bad the drawing looks. Oh my goodness, this drawing is kind of large. I forgot how large this is. Um, Peep the stream, Tendo. This is the only Eva art I have. Oh my goodness, bro. No way. I don't even know what the context of this is. Yeah, this is from 2019. Oh my goodness. Man. Have you seen Slayers the anime? I recommend if you are into sword and magic. I'm not super big into like fantasy magic. I don't know. It's not really my cup of tea, as they say. Let me label this as flats. Why is it in all caps? Black. Go ahead and add this cliff. Glad to be able to see your drawing. Love the rest of your art. I see full true potential. One Punch Man OP on hardcore. I should draw One Punch Man again. I haven't drawn it in a while. In due time. In due time. Now time for the patented warm colored paper tone. We gonna go G D F. No, that's the wrong one. That's the purple. What was it? I think it was B5 DBB2. Yep, that's what it was. And fill in the background with that color. There we go. We'll make a new layer for this. We'll call these cliffs. push up the saturation and then change the hue. I want to go for more of a, yeah, something like that. This cliff here should be covered by the border. The border I can use. I mean, I'll just recreate the mask for it with this. Go to the figure, turn on the grid. Just do this right here. Actually, hold on. Do not round the corners and no anti-aliasing. All right, cool. What's happening? And then I make another layer. That also has it. We'll call this sky. Let's see what this looks like. Hmm. Maybe we go back to the blue. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe a gradient. Gradient could be nice. Maybe the gradient can be blue. Go to here and start from the top. Whoops. Oh wait, hold on. What if I did do it that way? Uh, Interesting. View grid. Start from the center right here. Yeah. What does it look like when I do it that way? definitely a work in progress, but uh, it's a good starting point at least. Get an idea as to where I want to take this. Um, what does this look like with a black background? Like, what if I inverted this, huh? What would you look like? Or a black frame rather. Eh, it's not awful, but hmm, interesting. I'll definitely have to play around with it. Just explore more with it. But I'll keep it like this for now, and I'll work on probably the shading and eclipse. Working on both of those. No, thank you. Um, Actually, one more thing. I'll add one more thing. I need to add the eclipse. Uh, uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I see what I did. I see what I did. It's a little bit off. Which I guess means we don't need this. Just gotta line it up. Is this aliased? No. Okay, good. Oh, we don't need to start from center. Here, we'll call this moon. We'll call this sun. And this actually, low key, we could put this above everything except to multiply. Like, uh, like that, and then hit multiply. And then go here and make this white. Or I can just put a white background there. Yeah, we'll just make this white. Let's see what that looks like. We're gonna add the sun version of it. Right now, it definitely looks just like a moon, but uh, I'll add some effects and stuff to make it look more like an eclipse, like a flare, probably somewhere around here, and a couple other things. But we'll keep it like this for now. You said Ted? I didn't even know they were dropping new episodes of Ted. What in the world? All right, there we go. File has been saved. Progress photo is being exported as we speak. We are slowly but surely making our way through Kamen Rider Black illustration. I hope this turns out right. I hope this turns out okay. Let's see. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you guys. I'm gonna try and see if I can get some time to work on it tomorrow or today. It is 1:30. When the sun returns, I'll try to get some work done on this. But until then, take care, everyone. Farewell. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.